Great morning. It is, let me turn on some light here. A little more light. There we go. That's better. It is Tuesday, March 2nd. So let's see what the topic of the morning is. I already pulled some cards while I was waiting for my computer. They put some new. Don't you just hate when you have an update for your computer and you're sitting there waiting like 15 minutes for the thing to start up again? It's like, please, can we get online? Anyway, what we have this morning is Tempest, transition, concealed. Okay, so a lot of times we go through transitions and they're not always easy. Okay, we can have a difficult time with some transitions, but what is being concealed? So I wanted to pull another card, and it's recognition and reward. Okay, a lot of times we can be going through transitions and we're feeling really a big tempest because perhaps some things that we had done are not being rewarded, they're not being recognized, okay? And it can put us in a bit of a tailspin. But remember, we are still transitioning, and sometimes this is just something that we have to deal with. Now, I've had this happen to myself again. I'll use one of my own experiences. I used to work for the, in conjunction with the justice system in San Francisco. I was hired, and it was a program where they would make recommendations to the judge for X amount of community service work, and then if it was a misdemeanor thing, they would take it off their record. They would have it expunged off their record. So when I went in there, it was a total mess. Things were not getting done in the right timing. They were missing court dates. I mean, it was... So I went and redid the system, put it together so it would work. And what are you barking? No, Max, there's nothing out there. Max, no barking. Sparkling. Hey, quit sparkling. Quit sparkling. He says, no, I'm not going to. He hears something out there. Anyway, so my boss took credit for it, got rid of me, fired me, and took credit for my work. Okay? That can be a bit disheartening, you know. But again, it's part of our transition. Maybe we're not always going to be recognized or rewarded for work we do. A lot of times work we do as light workers too is behind the scenes, you know, and it's not always that we are going to be recognized and rewarded, not on this plane of existence. The reward is to see people going forward in their own lives, you know. So this is just part of our awakening, you know. If you are a light worker especially, you know, and if you are someone that is direct, you know, an honest person will be direct. And sometimes people take it as being, that you are being mean, you're being, you know, because you're not going to pamper their ego. You're not always going to spoon feed them, you know, and so people can take it the wrong way when you're just being honest with what's going on. You know, people want to be pampered. They want to be told always that they're fabulous, and sometimes you have to reveal what is concealed in order to have a transition. That happens as well, especially if you're a light worker. Sometimes you're revealing things that are concealed that they don't necessarily want to hear about, and that can cause a tempest. Have you ever gotten something back where everything is going along fine? Especially if you're a spiritual teacher, you'll understand this. As long as you are catering to their belief systems, they'll be all happy. But the minute that you touch on a subject they don't want to hear, or it's challenging their belief system, this person that was, warm, can turn around and all of a sudden you've got a snake, a cobra on your hands that's on the attack because they don't want to hear what's being concealed. They don't want it revealed. As long as they can keep it hidden, then they're happy. Okay? But this is what one deals with if you are going to be, if you're called to be a spiritual teacher, a light worker. These are things that you encounter along the way. Again, people can be, like I had somebody on the path, and then it got to the point where they went down the rabbit hole and were all up on Trump, and basically a lot of this drama with QAnon, and don't ask me how they ever went down that rabbit hole. But they did, and so I had to say, I'm sorry, but you can no longer be on this path. If you don't have enough discrimination to see that QAnon is total fabricated nonsense, then this is not the place for you to be, okay? It's time for you to exit and, do something else for your journey. But again, not all transition is easy. Things that are concealed, I'll give you another one. Example. With my own, again, this is my own thing. My guru, I was at the point where anything I wanted to know about, I could know about. It would just be filtered in like boom, 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 boom. And I had all these writings, and my teacher's going, he read some of them, and I thought, all that in a bag of chips, okay? Well, if you believe this, then you're already enlightened. You're already there. And I'm like, and the next second he turned around and just screamed. And he was a tantric master. When he threw energy, it was tough. You fool, you idiot, you know nothing. And I was mute for 3 days. I could not respond. Literally could not respond. Okay? And he was right. At that point, I had all these assumptions, ideas about, but that's not the reality of what realization is. Realization was when everything deconstructs, okay, and there's just that pure divine is, okay, and that wipes away all the rest of this drama, and one goes into this still mind. As long as the mind is still revolving, you're not there yet. Maybe you had a glimpse of it and you can talk about it, but that's vastly different from living within that energetic signal, okay? So what was concealed and what was revealed was the truth that at that point in time, I was nowhere near realization. I had a lot of assumptions, you know, a lot of nice writings. They sounded good on the surface, but as far as having the reality, I wasn't there. Okay? And so that was a hard transition, a revealing to here, and it did cause a tempest. Now, it was the best tempest that ever could be, because what he did threw me back in on myself, and I started to go into a deeper level of questioning, okay, that did at that point start breaking away the mountain of ego identifications and ideations and all of this drama that one holds to, and makes it about who and what you think you are. Okay. Okay. So that, even though it was a huge tempest, it really at that point started the genuine wearing away of ego identification and the things that one constructs as to who and what you think you are. Okay? So in that case, that transition, though it was really difficult because you didn't want that concealed part revealed, okay? And it was a huge tempest, but sometimes that tempest, it's like the enlightenment card is the tower. Why is the tower the enlightenment card as well? Because, again, what breaks apart is ego identification. As one gets further on the path, you know, a lot of things, beginning you'll have a lot of dreams about cars, vehicles. Usually that's representing the physical body, okay? The further you go, when you start getting to the real nitty-gritty of wearing away, you'll have dreams of imploding mountains, buildings. All of these things will be imploding, deconstructing, okay? That means you're getting closer. Okay, you know, things are starting to deconstruct, be blown apart. Okay, so part of the path as well is recognizing different dreams that come up. There are a series of types of dreams that you can tell where someone is in their journey as to what types of dreams they are having, okay? During the stage where you are having lucid dreaming, you'll have a lot of things of flying, and one of my lucid dreams was really fun. I was in this waterway that was so deep you could never see the bottom of it. And it would wind through all of these different areas and where people had lived and just different scenery, and you'd be like flying through the water. Beautiful crystal blue water and just flying through the air. And those dreams were fabulous when you had those lucid dreams and you were aware of what you were dreaming as you were dreaming and could interact with it, and that was a lot of fun during that time. Okay, so again, you know, you'll have a lot of different types of things that come up that are maybe concealed, and as they come up, it reveals where you're at in your transitioning as we all make this journey from feeling of being a separate being to where things implode and one becomes one with nature, one becomes more in sync with the workings of the divine is. okay? If people just got themselves out of the way, the divine has a natural order to the universe. Everything would be in sync. But it's man's wanting to attempt to control that causes the problems. Okay? So if man would just get himself out of the way, quit trying to control and work more like Native American in conjunction with the universe, okay, things would be a lot smoother. So let's hope that things start getting better, that more wisdom starts coming in again, and as we make this transition, understand that sometimes the tempest is a good thing. Sometimes the things we don't want to see that have been hidden, when they come up and they cause a tempest, sometimes that can be a great part of the transitioning journey that we go through. And we don't always have to have recognition and reward for what we are doing. Although I have to say, it does feel good if one has recognition and reward. But that's not always the case, and it doesn't have to be the case. Okay. So on that note, I'm going to leave this here. I hope someone has gotten something from our topic of the morning. But thank you so much for spending time with me this morning, and much love and light to everyone. Continue to mask up, stay safe out there, and I'll see you online. And don't forget, day after tomorrow at 11 a.m., I will be on Diane Tarot's channel, and we'll be doing something in conjunction with each other. So that will be a lot of fun. I really do enjoy her readings, and her she's involved in so many things. Busy person. So if you like classes and stuff, she's got a lot of classes going. She's got a lot of things going, teaching and things. So if you are at that point in your journey, you might enjoy what she has. You might want to check out her things that she is giving. Lots of different types of classes and things that she is sharing. So I'm going to leave this here. Love and light to everyone. Thank you for tuning in. And if you've enjoyed this, please give a thumbs up. I do so appreciate it. It does help us with the algorithms, although I don't understand about algorithms. I just understand it helps your channel to get seen. And if you're enjoying it, then why not give a thumbs up so that the channel gets out there more and others get to enjoy the channel as well. Look at Mr. Max over there. He's so little that crystal ball and stuff is bigger than he is. He's such a little bitty guy. Hey, Maximus Minimus. Say, I have a big name and I'm a big personality in this little bitty body. And then we have Missy May May. Missy May May was coming over here. She wants to. They like in the living room better because they can be next to me on the couch. On here, they're like, yeah, okay. We like it in here, but not so much as on the couch. Isn't that right, May May? Yeah, you're a good girl. So on that note, I'm closing this out. Love and light. See you online.